Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew Davidson, and today I will be talking to you about the Ocala to Osceola Wildlife Corridor. So the O2O corridor stands for the Ocala to Osceola Wildlife Corridor. It is made up of forested and rural lands totaling 1.6 million acres, connecting the Ocala National Forest to the Osceola National Forest. Pretty incredible. Containing some of the best remaining upland pine forests, wetlands, and waterways in North Florida, the O2O is an essential corridor for wide-ranging species such as the Florida black bear and the Florida panther. So why is this important? Well, in today's world, with all the sickness, fathom, and disparity, isn't the wilderness what we all are starting to turn into? From the beautiful riverways to the absolutely beautiful springs, from the sandhill pines and the flatwoods to the hammocks, the O2O corridor offers some pristine Florida wilderness. The intent of this project is to express the importance of the O2O corridor and how restoration of the Ocklawaha River could increase the overall productivity of the corridor. So the Florida Ecological Greenways Network shows the corridor through priorities as such. So as you can see on the left, the Osceola National Forest to the north, connecting to the Ocala National Forest to the south. And on the right, you can see the Camp Blanding is an essential part of the corridor that's in the middle of it. You can see in the red box, the Ocklawaha River does indeed cut right through the corridor. So why is that important? Well, the corridors are very important for wide-ranging species such as the Florida black bear. As you can see in this image, there are high value populations in the Ocala National Forest, Camp Blanding, and Osceola National Forest. And you can see in this image, the Ocklawaha River does cut right through it. And it almost seems like it deviates the travel of the bear from Ocala north. Another great example of a wide-ranging species that is focal to this corridor is the Florida panther. One thing to point out in this image is that there is not a high population in Camp Blanding. As well as you can see, once again, it seems like the Ocklawaha River is indeed containing this species from moving northward. Could it be the river, or could it be Lake Ocklawaha? As you can see here in this picture on the right, after a drawdown, you can see the total devastation of the existing floodplains that used to once be there. It is truly devastating, and it seems like it could be potentially causing the corridor to fail in productivity. So next, I'm going to show you a riparian connectivity image that shows how these forested wetlands actually connect to the Ocklawaha River and further through the O2O corridor and onto the St. Johns River. As you can see in this image, there is quite a bit of forested wetlands from connecting from Orange Creek to the west to Deep Creek to the north and around Restoration. But as you can see around the lake, there is very little forested wetlands. However, if we were to restore the wetland or restore the Ocklawaha, we would be gaining approximately 5,000 acres of forested wetlands that would further enhance the corridor, allowing for new species of animals to use the corridor and possibly cross the river. So next, I'm going to take you through what restoration looks like over time. So after 5 years of restoring the lake back into historic river, you're going to start getting tree development. You'll start getting marginal plantings on the edges. And yes, you will start getting some of your focal aquatic species returning to the beloved river. After 10 years, you're going to see a growth of plants. You're going to see more biodiversity in the understory of the floodplain, as well as more plants, a broader variety of animals coming to the site as well. As you can see, the kayakers out there having a good time, enjoying the growth and seeing the process happen. Now, after 25 years, you can see there's been quite a bit of growth happening in here. A couple things to point out. Focal species, the manatee, now has had an offspring. So now the population is growing. The bass are still there. As you can see to the right, the old black bear decided to come see if he can make it across the river right here. And as you can see, you're going to get a higher biodiversity of Forbus species on the ground floor, increasing biodiversity of the floodplain. And finally, after 50 years of restoration, you're going to have a floodplain that looks similar to what it did prior to flooding the Ocklawaha. So as you can see, you're going to have more biodiversity. You can see the panthers now show up to the left. You have many people on the river wanting to enjoy this experience and really see the thriving ecosystem at its finest. So in the end, if we really work on restoring the Ocklawaha River, I do believe that it will increase biodiversity around the region that ever so cuts through the O2O corridor, allowing for some more species to come in and thrive throughout the corridor.